On first impression, Sakamichi no Apollon is yet another tried and true coming-of-age story. The foundation which is built on is something which has been utilized 100,000 times before. From the moment this story begins, you'll likely have the entire premise figured out. The two male leads have completely opposite personalities, but are both outcasts for their own reasons. As such, they become unlikely friends and grow as a result. Of course, this only actually covers the surface level, and the actual contents are where the real magic begins. This is a story about life and jazz. Jazz is most colloquially known as the abstract genre. It plays fast and loose with the rules and is defined by its unpredictability. Regardless of how much you may or may not agree with that definition, it's also true that underneath all that noise, jazz remains true to its melodies. Generally, small motifs ground the entire piece together and maintain a coherent theme. Life behaves in a similar way. It's this unpredictable mess that's only ground together by the passage of time. People come and go. Accidents happen. The amount of agency one ultimately has is depressingly little, and yet, life goes on, marching forward to the melody of time. The events of Sakamichi best represent this. There's this grounded unpredictability to everything that happens here. Relationships form and fall apart due to a multitude of circumstances. Despite being the main characters, there's only so much that Kaoru and Sentaro have control over. As the ensembles which make up each person's lives clash and meld together, the amount of control they have begins to wane. This is mostly represented by the struggles in love which plague Kaoru and Sentaro, as the past, present, and future of each party are in constant conflict with one another. All these factors muddle decisions. Any new element introduced only adds noise to the equation and makes things harder for everyone. In love one day only to be rejected the next. Rejected one day only to be in love the day after. Love, maybe more than life, is subject to whim more than objectivity. Life's not all bad though. The relationships defined by this unpredictability are often the strongest of all. The friendship shared between Kaoru and Sentaro is a true representation of male friendship. Impulsive, blunt, stupid, fun, just doing whatever they want because they can. Through thick and thin, they're truly there for each other in a fashion which feels true to life. Just as Kaoru grows from Sentaro dragging him around, slightly against his will, Sentaro experiences tangible growth from his relationship with Kaoru. They're on completely equal terms at all times. They're only opposites in a superficial sense, the kind that's quantified through socioeconomic status rather than who they are as a person. Life isn't set in stone for anyone, regardless of their upbringing. It only made sense that such an unlikely duo would bond over the unpredictability of jazz. Kaoru might be classically trained, but due to the nature of his life, he naturally submits to the ebbs and flows of jazz. It's an extension of himself. The show comes across almost like a challenge set by the creators. They present this very standard outline and see just how much they're able to fit within it to extract its maximum potential, and they pull it off nearly perfectly. I say nearly because if there's any flaw with Sakamichi, it's that in order to maintain this snappy pacing, the show often cuts between events sporadically. This is most apparent early on in the story as things are just getting started. While it doesn't take you out of the experience fully, it's a little jarring and would have benefited from more natural transitions and progression. Additionally, some of the characters, especially Yurika and Junichi, end up feeling a little rushed as they exist primarily outside of the main circle of characters. While this is mostly a deliberate choice in order to demonstrate the amount of invisible factors that play a part in one's life, it ends up hurting the third quarter of the show. They end up taking up a moderate chunk of the plot, but they do so in a way that isn't as natural as the other events of the story, which is a shame because it easily could have been a highlight. While it contributes well to the themes of Sakamichi, actually experiencing it leaves a lot to be desired. All in all though, Sakamichi is a beautiful representation of life through the guise of jazz. It's a work that fundamentally understands human relationships as well as the unpredictability of the events which surround them. The cast is fluid and human, behaving naturally. Their growth is deceptively blatant and masterfully subtle. Personalities and actions are molded over the entire course of the story. You might not even notice the shift because it happens so naturally, like the melodies and motifs which keep us grounded. Sakamichi lets you know that we're all playing jazz in this piece called life.